Bitcoin is back above 43,000. I am pretty excited here. This is looking bullish. I know we still have like 2 days left until the monthly close, and I was only going to make a video on the first, but I thought I might as well give this update because things are just looking good at this point in time. So let me dive into the charts here. Let me show you what I'm looking at. This is still the daily chart, and this is a very interesting picture that we have here. As you can see, it's very straightforward. So we had this $40,000 level here that we stayed above for most of the time. We're tapping it, and in technical analysis, the more times that the price taps a level, the more likely it is to eventually break it. Now, we got that break below as per the technical analysis rules, but what we got here is we just got this little fake out or bear trap, if you want to call it. So where it started looking like, yes, we could potentially go a lot lower, then we started seeing everyone expecting 35,000, maybe 30,000, maybe even lower than that. And then what did we get? A move straight back up. And as you can see, that jump back through that level was really fast. You can see it kind of stuck around here 3 days below this level, then one big candle straight back above it, and since then rocketing higher. And what we're seeing now is a lot of people that are caught off guard. People who were shorting this, who were bearish, who just got wrecked on this move back up from in the 38,000s to now 43,000. And also a lot of people, I've seen this on my social media feed. I've even gotten people messaging me about it like, hey, do you think we're still going to the low 30,000s? I missed the chance to buy, etc., etc. So this is really a good example of what happens in bull markets when the trend is really strong to the upside. The retracements tend to not be as deep as people want them to be able to get that optimal price. So we had this massive run to 49,000. Everyone was getting euphoric saying, hey, I'm going to buy when it drops to 40,000, or I'm going to buy when it drops lower. Then it gets to 40,000, and then you're like, oh, I'm going to wait till it drops to 35,000. And then it doesn't get there because everyone is expecting 35,000. So if this was it and we got just below 39,000, which by the way, was the CME gap that got filled, which I made a video about, which I spoke about in advance, and also recently, that was maybe just the criteria that we needed, fill the CME gap and continue going higher, and very much so, that is looking like it's going to be the case. So let me switch over to the weekly here. You can see how nice this actually looks, this weekly candle over here. So it just ended up being a wick below this 40K level, and it pulled back up. Let me get rid of this so you can see better. It was just a wick below, took out all the shorts, trapped people down here, and now we're continuing higher. So we have 2 days left for the monthly close. What I am looking for is a close above 44,000, ideally above 45,000. So switch this to the monthly. That is going to be so important because you can see now we are back in the green on the monthly if we close at 43K here. Ideally 44, 45 is a little bit better, but even 43K is fine because that takes us back to January of 2021, which I've been saying we could be seeing a repeat here. So January 2024, January 2021, there is always a lot of similarities between certain patterns, certain fractals that tend to repeat. So you get these very similar type of price behaviors in markets. And obviously, the more time you spend with this, so I've been doing this for many years, is, I've been looking at these charts for so long, I can often spot when there's type of similarities between what has happened previously, similar types of trending markets, etc. So we have been in this bullish trend here. So far, we've had this big run up, and I've been saying we could see a repeat of Jan 2021, which is the price went from 10,000 to 42,000 in January within 3 weeks. It dropped from 42 to 29, but closed back up at 33. And the result was this candle right over here. And what was the result that happened afterwards? Massive continuation. Okay, so it's still, there's 2 days left. Okay, so maybe I'm speaking too soon. We'll see in 2 days for sure when we get this monthly close. But it is looking good. I am leaning towards us closing here or higher for the month. If we get that, my front run theory is potentially still in play, where we just continue straight up into the halving. We have had all these bullish conditions at this moment. ETFs are approved. There's a lot of hype around this. Grayscale sold a ton of Bitcoin, but the other ETFs bought it. So despite all this selling pressure, we didn't drop lower than that CME gap at 39K, okay, a little bit below it, but that's it. And despite all this potential for a massive sell-off, having hit the Fibonacci golden pocket at $49,000, grayscale selling, etc., 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 we are still here back at 43. This is, in my opinion, very strong, very bullish. We have the halving, which is when the newly issued supply of Bitcoin, the daily newly issued supply, gets cut in half. That happens once every 4 years. The last time was in May of 2020. That is happening now in April of 2024. That is guaranteed to happen. That is at this point less than 3 months away. So that is another massive narrative to continue this bullish trend. I've been saying this since last year already, since early 2023, that we could be seeing this front run scenario where we could be back at all-time highs, which is around $69,000 for Bitcoin by the time of the halving. So if we get Bitcoin closing above 43, ideally 44 or 45 this month, I will make another update on the 1st of Feb. So make sure to subscribe on YouTube and follow my page on Instagram to get those updates. But if we get that monthly close, I'm looking at bullish continuation in Feb and in March, potentially, like you can see here in 2021. And you can see in 2021, it went from 33K to 65 in 2.5 months. So we got February, we got March, middle of April. That is exactly when it peaked also in 2021, middle of April. And then we got this big drop from 65 all the way back to 28. So let's see how things develop. But obviously, if it's going to continue like this, if we are going to be at all-time highs around $70,000 by the time of the halving, I would start to get cautious because it is just a general seasonal thing also. Sell in May and go away. It doesn't just relate to crypto. It's also the stock markets. It always just tends to be the seasonal thing where there tend to be sell-offs, some sort of local top in April or May where we see that correction in May, June, July, as we often do in the stock markets, in other financial markets, and also in crypto. So if we continue going higher from here and we get close to that $70,000 level by April, that's what I'm leaning towards. Obviously, we continue to follow the charts on a daily, on a weekly basis, and adjust to whatever the charts are showing us. Like for example, now when we get that monthly close, whatever it's going to be, it gives us more insight into what lies ahead. And that is basically all that matters. Follow the trend. Try and interpret your charts as best as possible, and then make investment and trading decisions based on the information on the charts, and obviously proven patterns and setups in the price action that I can teach you a lot more about inside my VIP. I try and update you here in these videos as much as possible, but obviously there is a lot of concepts and knowledge and stuff that goes into this that sometimes maybe I assume too much. Let me know in the comments if there's things that you don't understand when I make these videos. I'm happy to answer there. But basically, inside my VIP, I've got a more than 50 lesson trading course that explains everything you need to know about reading charts, about these concepts that I'm explaining here, and how to trade with leverage, how to trade with spot, how to trade Forex, stocks, crypto, because charts are charts. All these concepts work over and over in different financial markets. It is really, really awesome once it kind of clicks for you. And of course, as part of VIP, you get access to my Discord group. I'm in there every day. I share my own trade setups. Like, for example, here we have this channel, Dirk Leverage Trades, where in real time I share my trade ideas for futures trades on crypto. You can see here January 25th, I actually shared this setup in real time. You can actually see it's also timestamped on this TradingView URL. You can see here Bitcoin, in case they run it back up to 44K for the monthly close. How good of a call was that? It's 43 point something. We're almost at 44, and we are still bullish on giving this a try as a swing long. So you can see this was the setup at the time. Stop loss over here just below that low. Targeting, running it back to 49,000. And we'll have to see, obviously that's still in play, but so far the entry is absolutely spot on, and this is fantastic. And if you join my VIP, you get access to all of these trade ideas in real time, Bitcoin, Ethereum, altcoins. I also do this for Forex, and of course you get access to me. You can ask me questions in there. I'm in there every day, so that's a really cool benefit. And there's more than 2,200 members in the community that are all looking to learn and trade and invest. And if you want to surround yourself with those kind of people and that kind of mindset, join VIP. The link is in the description down below. There's a 60-day money-back guarantee, so there's no risk, and hope to see you inside. So, by the way, this is the trade setup that I was sharing. You can see we're at 43,500, so this is an absolutely awesome trade. Got in right over here just before that big pump. That was basically what I was looking for. This to be a fake out, get back here, run it all the way back up, and we have this level over here, which could potentially be resistance, right? So we have this fair value gap, this inefficiency where it dropped, tends to get filled. That is also kind of in line here with this Fibonacci golden pocket. So that is going to be the first key. If it can get up there and flip that, then we're looking at continuation here. So we'll see what happens over here. But so far, this is a fantastic trade. You can see over here, this would have been, what is it, a 1 to 5 risk reward. So we're risking 1% to make 5% or more if this plays out. Fantastic risk reward setup. At this point in time, even if we were to close it right now, you can already see that's a 1 to almost 2 risk reward, meaning that our risk was 1%. So if you're trading with a $10,000 account, we're risking $100 to be able to make, at this point, we could have $200 in profit already. But if it continues all the way up, it would be a $100 risk to make $500 if this trade plays out. And that is a fantastic risk reward because it means you can take these trades and be wrong 3 out of 5 times and still be profitable due to the risk reward ratio. So that is a fantastic trade. Again, if you want these trades in real time, join my VIP. The link is down below. I do share them in Discord. And I will make a big update on Feb 1st. So make sure you're subscribed, smash the like button. Leave a comment with your thoughts. If you have any questions, I will be there to answer personally. And I will see you in the next video.